What's going on, guys? Troy here with WeightGainNetwork.com. I have a really important topic. HGH, human growth hormone. I want to get into the really dangerous side effects, hopefully help you guys make a really informed decision. You know, I don't take HGH, I've never taken HGH, I don't mess around with any of the other anabolic hormones. My good friend Michelangelo here, this guy's all natural, this guy trains his ass off. This guy does not take any artificial supplements, he doesn't take anabolic hormones, he doesn't need that crap, he just eats his pizza or whatever else he eats. So I want to get into HGH. First of all, what is it? HGH is produced by the pituitary gland. It's a really vital anabolic hormone. So this is something that we all produce naturally. So you're thinking, well, we produce it naturally. You know, why do people need to take it? So synthetic HGH, it was first developed in 1985, and it actually has some really good uses. It was used for AIDS patients, it was used for people who had, they were born with deficiencies in HGH, for people who needed some additional growth. A lot of small children, they have problems growing, to full size, they have different pituitary gland problems, so synthetic HGH is actually really beneficial to a lot of people. Now we turn the scene to the early 1990s, and this is when the bodybuilders started getting their hands on HGH. And there's probably some crazy scientist somewhere in, Russia or Germany, or maybe the United States, but they figured out real quick that injecting the synthetic HGH would help increase muscle mass and it would help decrease body fat. So if you look at the bodybuilders competing for Mr. Olympia and a lot of the bodybuilding competitions from the early to mid 1990s and compare them to the ones in the 1980s, you're gonna notice that the weight and just the overall physique of these guys changed tremendously. The bodybuilders who were winning Mr. Olympia were going from 230 pounds to, like 265 pounds, 275 pounds. Now, I'm not calling out, these bodybuilders, but, I've read a lot of books on this stuff. I've talked to some people who are really high up in the fitness industry. There's a book called Anabolic Primer that really breaks down, these anabolic hormones and what the pro bodybuilders are using, how it affects your body and so forth. So if you just look at the weights of the bodybuilders right around that time, it started to skyrocket. So HGH, it started to get a reputation for being a plateau buster. So, bodybuilders, they've been training for 10, 15 years. They kind of reach their peak potential. Then all of a sudden it's like, boom, they take HGH. This helps kind of increase that lean muscle mass, burn body fat better, take them to the next level. So all of a sudden they're tipping the scales at 260 to 270. So you're probably thinking, where can I get some of this stuff? It's gonna help me burn body fat, it's gonna help me build muscle, even if I'm already at my peak, at my plateau, it's gonna help me build muscle and burn fat. How can I get some? Why wouldn't anyone want to take this? So now I'm gonna go through the downfalls of HGH and why you should never ever consider taking it. First of all, it's not really one of the major side effects of HGH, but it's probably deter most people from ever taking it, is it gets really expensive. I've heard of really good HGH costing like $10,000 plus to stay on for a couple months. Are you realistically gonna shell out, 6 figures for a couple of years of HGH? Probably not, but some people do. Now I wanna talk about the really bad side effects that are gonna happen in your body. So you're injecting this synthetic hormone, human growth hormone, that your body already produces naturally. So you're injecting it, your body's getting all this HGH. What does your body signal itself to do? To stop producing the HGH. So you're gonna be increasing the HGH levels artificially. Your body's gonna tell itself to stop making it naturally. So this could be a major problem when you stop taking your HGH and you eventually have to cycle off and your body isn't making HGH anymore. So you're going from HGH levels all the way up here to way down here. I mean, do you see the problem in this, guys? So you're gonna be going from, just being a complete beast in the gym. You're gonna feel so strong. You're gonna be burning fat, building lean muscle mass, and then it's gonna be all the way down here. You're gonna lose all those gains. Now, the second side effect, think about the psychological effect this has on you. That you feel like a superhuman, you feel like a completely different human being when you're taking the HGH. So this is such an important thing to consider, Eventually you're gonna have to cycle off of this stuff. Whether it be because of money, whatever factor, your body, you can't just inject an artificial hormone for 5 years straight and expect not to have some, really major long-term consequences to your body. So you're gonna have to cycle off, and then you're gonna be, you know, you're not gonna be all there mentally. You're gonna be thinking, you know what, I need to get back on this shit, you know? This stuff, I felt so great when I was taking it. I was building muscle so quick. So it really screws you up mentally, where you feel like you need it. It's like, you know, it's a drug, and it's similar to like a drug addict or a crack addict or anything like that, an alcoholic. They think they constantly need it. They only feel good when they're on it. And the last thing, the most important thing to consider is this stuff can literally kill you. And I want to give you an example. Say you have a tumor in your body or some kind of cancerous growth. Well, HGH does not spot build, guys. It just doesn't go, you know, oh, I want to make my bicep bigger, I want to make my chest bigger. It's gonna help everything in your body grow, whether it be good or whether it be bad. So if you have some kind of tumor or cancerous growth in your body, guess what? That HGH is gonna speed up the growth of that cancer cell. So if you have something present in your body that shouldn't be there, whether it's cancer cells, a tumor, whatever it may be, guess what? You pretty much are injecting yourself with cancer, because that's gonna multiply and multiply in your body until all of a sudden, you know, you have full-blown cancer or a full-blown, you know, life-threatening disease. And this has happened to a number of pro bodybuilders and people who have, you know, abused this stuff. So those are 3 really important things to consider, and I hope that I deter many of you guys from even thinking about taking HGH. Pass this along to anyone who's ever, you know, maybe discussed taking HGH or thought about it in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Troy with Weight Gain Network. I hope I can help you guys make a really informed decision relating to human growth hormone. If you're looking for more great tips on how to bulk up and gain lean muscle mass, check out weightgainmethod.com. Thanks, guys.
Are you still too skinny? Go to weightgainmethod.com and get access to a complete step-by-step plan for gaining weight and building muscle fast.